Hi, welcome to Coal-Fed Families. I'm Randy Walters, and our guest for this broadcast is Charles Frazier. Charles is an employee at TECO Coal, and he is over the Human Resources Department, and is also a father of two in Perry County, and a candidate for school board in Perry County. And the reason I'm bringing all of this up is to let you know that this is what coal-fed families are all about. It's involvement in the community. And here we have a person who works for a coal company and is so involved in the community that he wants to be a part of the educational system in Perry County. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Randy.
All right. Do speak up. Remember that. We have Charles on because we're talking about how much TECO, one company in one county in eastern Kentucky, means to the county, and what the economic impact of this company. So how many employees do you have in Perry County?
Right now at the Perry County Coal Operation, we have approximately 615 employees. Just at our location. TECO as a whole has about 1,300. But we are the largest subsidiary of TECO Coal at the present time.
That's a lot of people. And when you take into consideration that their average income is above $60,000, then you're running into a great deal of our economic base, because that turns over and over and over with those employees who buy vehicles and they buy homes. They have families they have to feed, and they have children they send to college. And so it amounts to a great many other jobs that are here just in support of the coal mining industry. Charles, the people that you employ, the 600 and how many?
About 615.
About 615 people that you employ. What would they do if they weren't mining coal?
The majority of them would probably be looking to move elsewhere. We've got people here who have not done a whole lot else other than mining coal. And right now, when you take the coal mining out, and there's different theories. Some people say for every coal mining job, it affects 3 others. Some people say 6 others. There's some numbers go as much as say as 20 other jobs been on one coal job. But there's not a whole lot else they can turn to support their families. Not around here. No,
and it doesn't matter, like we've been talking about, the kind of people that have been applying for jobs at TECO. It doesn't matter. You can't say that, well, these coal miners don't know how to do anything else. That's wrong, because so many of the people that are applying now for the jobs in coal mining have college degrees, and they see coal mining as being a better source of income for their families.
Absolutely. We've got, a lot of people stereotype coal mining as thinking that's where you go when you don't have an education, you can't get a job doing anything else, you go to work in the coal mines. And, and that's just not so. You take like, for example, just a miner, you're talking over $1 million in a piece of equipment. You're talking a great deal of technology. Electronics has to go into the repair and maintenance and upkeep of this equipment. It's not a hammer, a pick, and a shovel anymore. You're talking about sophisticated, multi-million-dollar pieces of equipment that we're operating in there. We're using satellite technology when it comes to keeping track of some of our stockpiles and where we're mining and our properties, and engineering jobs. You're talking just the degrees that are employed now. Now, as a matter of fact, a lot of the degrees are required for a lot of coal mining jobs now, and that hasn't always been the case.
No, it hasn't always been the case, but as technology has improved over the years in the mining industry, they are able now to utilize these pieces of equipment that are extremely expensive. And one of the things that we've talked about is that they're also able to reach seams of coal that previously it would not have been possible for them to mine. The technology has gone absolutely bizarre, just like it has in everything else across the country, to where now they're at mining coal at levels underground that was unheard of not that long ago.
Absolutely, and a lot of the coal that people had at one time that was probably deemed unmineable, now we can go back in and get that. And the more advancement we make in technology and with education, that's going to allow the coal industry to go back in. And you're talking land and stuff that have been sitting in generations that the people thought were lost. We can go in and get that now. It's a win-win situation for the coal companies and the communities and the families that live on the land.
Okay. Seems that, well, I went up to one of the mines up there up at Boone Ledge, and it was an 800-foot slope down to the seam.
Mm-hmm.
And when you start talking about that, and I'm not talking about from up on the mountain either, I'm talking about pretty low where they started down. Now it's opened up seams of coal, and these are pretty high in value. This is pretty high in value coal too. This is not junk stuff. That helps them in that mining process, make it financially feasible for them to go after this coal. It's good coal. East Kentucky coal, West Virginia coal is the best coal in the nation, and it has a higher BTU and a lower sulfur content. And it's the best coal there is, and now they can reach these seams, but it is only because of the technology, and the people that they have to operate this equipment have to be trained, have to be very knowledgeable people.
Absolutely. You can't just let someone go in and start turning a wrench on a piece of equipment without understanding power logic controls and circuitry, and the electronics is just phenomenal. What used to was by hand. Now these miners are operated by a remote control box, almost like sitting and playing with a PlayStation, which a lot of our kids are doing now. It's hard to believe that when they're sitting there in front of it playing that they could actually be training for a career in mining.
Right. And what it all boils down to then is you have a higher standard for the employee. You have higher pay for that employee. You have more money for that employee to take home to his family and to spread throughout the community, and to have things in life that people just generally everywhere else take for granted, like have a home, have a car, and have their children be able to send them to school. And it's all a part of the theory of coal-fed families. Without this coal, without these jobs, then we don't have anything. Not in these mountains. We don't have anything. The coal provides the jobs that feed the families and take care of the families, and it's not just for the miners, it's for everybody here. I want to thank you for watching this edition of Coal Fed Families. John, I want to thank you for being here with us and wish you luck in your race for the school board.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
All right. And that'll take care of us for this time.